Hey everyone, welcome to Draugen Part 2. Now this is the second day, and I'm wondering where are the people who invited us? Something must be really wrong with this place. Now since they aren't here, something bad happened to them also, or there's something really wrong with Edward.
Teddy, come outside. It's a beautiful day.
Okay. Where is she?
I just about given up on you ever waking up. Sleep well?
I dreamed of Betty. She was in the garden, and she called for me.
How about you, Lissie dearest? Oh, you know me, old fruit, wide awake at first light.
The Fretlands didn't come home, did they?
They did not. There's no sign of anyone. Aside from last night's Mistwalker.
Yeah, and where is
I've been
everyone in
thinking
this
about that.
village?
What?
It looked like Betty. I was so sure. She wouldn't have run away. It makes no sense. Perhaps it was no one. Just the night playing tricks.
Well, there must be someone here. And I'm not talking about ghosts. Or goats. What was it you said yesterday? Maybe they're peeking at us through the windows.
I'll take a gander. The Fretlands will be home soon.
Yeah, I cannot
He's
doubt
here.
it.
I know it. I feel it.
If you say so, Teddy Bear. Have you had your noodle juice yet?
I'm not rummaging through their cupboards.
You'll be a pill without your tea and toast, old bean. We need to get you sorted.
I'm not hungry. First point on the agenda. Find the natives.
A mission! Hot dog! I'll scout ahead. I'll meet you down by those houses.
Let's uncover your secrets, Grovik.
Dear Mr. Harden, I hope this letter finds you well. My husband Johan and I received your letter from July 9th. We would like to extend an invitation to visit our home to this October. Do not worry about being an inconvenience as we have only one child, our daughter Ruth, and plenty of room for a visitor. We were troubled to hear of your sister Elizabeth's disappearance. Unfortunately, I have no news to share, nor do I believe she's landed in Gravik yet. That complicates things. I have made inquiries and shall send you another letter if there's word. I'm certain she's alright, however, and that she's simply been delayed on her journey. In regards to your travels, I'm afraid there is no longer a ferry from Alesund to Gravik, so you will need to find your own transport across the fjord. When you arrive, you'll find our farm on top of the hill. There is a road from the landing, and that past the general store. Our farmhouse won't be hard to see, it's the largest house in the village. Yeah, that's the letter I think we saw anyway. Didn't we read it? Okay. Back. So we can't read anything else. Anyway. Journal. I'm missing something here. Okay. Call to jog. Yeah, we've already done that.
Lissie!
By the village houses, Teddy!
I'm coming, Teddy Bear. Teddy Bear is on his way.
Lissie.
Hello. It's such a beautiful day. You could bottle and sell this air in Boston. It's frankly medicinal. Teddy?
It's chilly.
That's all you have to say? It's chilly?
You're not cold.
Why would I be?
I thought you were scouting ahead.
What do you think I'm doing? Vantage point, like on a pirate ship. I can probably see our house in Hanover from here.
Did you check those buildings?
Knocking on doors isn't a scout's job, old bean.
Okay.
There must be someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport. Did you check all the houses?
Okay, let's start checking the houses, I guess. I'm not really sure we will find an NPC in this game.
Hello? Anyone here?
Why, hello, Mr. American. Please come in for a cup of tea and biscuits.
You're not helping. Also, they drink coffee here, not tea.
Savages.
Oh,
No one home?
you tricked me. An axe.
Hello?
Oh, put it there.
Who's there? Hello? Anyone home? September 21st, 1923. Vi desperata. Lissie, found something here. Escalated from words to stones. Blood has been spilled. The curse haunts us all. There is no hope left in Gudsforlata. Good. God. Right. In this God-forsaken place. The death of the Jiminy. Death of the children was the end of Grovik. Whatever remained of our souls departed with them. You should see this, Lissie. The letter just trails off. Was never sent.
Okay. What are you doing all the time? Well,
Did you see this door closing?
It was just the wind, teddy bear. You're as skittish as a pussycat. There's one more house. Third time's the charm.
Anyone home?
Unless they're playing hide and go seek, I'd say that's a no. Three strikes, you're out.
I don't think anyone's been home for a while.
so where is everyone?
The word traitor on one of the doors. And there was a letter. It sounded foreboding.
Also,
Well,
for
you're
other
wrong.
is traitor.
Villagers are not indoors.
I saw some sheds down by the water. There's the general store, the church.
In other words, time for some sightseeing? Well, it's a bright and beautiful day, and we have nothing better to do.
What on earth are you doing?
Handstands, Teddy! My record is 2 minutes. I'm working on 3. Just go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Okay, so we go here. I don't think you can go anywhere. Open. I think that's the way to the church, or if I remember correctly. Or it was up here.
July 24th. Memorial service. A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
All these graves. What happened?
It's a cemetery.
But look at the soil. These are recent burials.
What's that?
You're right.
Do you think this is where everyone's gone? Are they all dead?
How many graves are there?
Not enough, I guess. How many people lived here?
I'm not sure. Also, someone must have buried them.
There's that.
Something did happen. Several people died in a short period of time.
How? An accident? A mass murder? Spanish flu?
I wouldn't want to speculate until I've learned more.
I can speculate for the both of us.
Well, Betty's not here. I'm gonna keep looking.
What about the church?
So what's that? Draw. From a painter or something? And that's the goat. What did we do? Okay.
Why would they board up a church?
To keep the ghosts from escaping?
Lissie.
Or the goats from getting in? What does that say?
God is not here.
So we can't enter yet again, I guess. Nope.
Well, so much for that. No wedding, no baptism, no funeral.
There must be people somewhere. Where are you going?
For constitutional. To breathe some of this salty sea air. You go on ahead. I'll find you.
Yeah, where am I going? Let's try to go the other way. Or to the dock. But is there anything here? Let's go to the docks. No, I see something here also. Oh, that's our house. Can we go here? Nope. Wait a minute. So if I just skip it, do we draw anything? Yeah, we did. Okay, we can go up, but I'll just scout the village for clues. Where do you go here or... Yeah, let's go to this house first.
What if everyone turned into a pebble? And they can't speak, but they see and feel everything that happens to them. What's this?
Remnants of the mining operation.
What, mine?
Remember, I told you yesterday. There was a mine here, but it closed down 20 years ago.
I know, Edward. I was just checking for a sense of humor. Still nowhere to be found. Where do these tracks lead?
To the mine. Where else would they go?
I don't know. A castle up in the mountains, where the frost giants live? And this is how they receive their monthly offering of meat from the villagers. Goat, I hope.
Betty would have taken plenty of constitutionals here. She loves the outdoors.
How so? She's a city girl.
I'm sure she gets tired of Manhattan. And when she was little, she loved playing in the garden back in Hanover, especially around the pond.
Are you alright?
I just miss her.
What did they use this for?
Bringing the ore down from the mine before it was loaded onto boats.
So, diamonds? Gold? Or just boring old silver?
Iron ore.
Or what?
Rock, which contains iron
I know.
deposits that...
Okay, Edward. I don't understand why they just leave this here. Like an altar to adversity. It's creepy.
Rustic superstition. Perhaps they believed they'd attract bad luck if they moved it.
Yeah, let's try to enter the house. Can we enter it or... Nope. So we can go to the mine or let's go to the other houses. Feed.
Till Min Om. It's a memorial. 3 men died when the mine collapsed.
Oh, it's their brother who died, you know, the brother of the twins.
Niels Framberg, Arne Fretland.
See, this is what working a regular job. Did you say Fretland?
The younger brother who was mentioned in the article. The newspaper said the accident forced the mine to shut down.
What does any of this have to do with us?
I still don't know why Elizabeth came here.
And you think it has something to do with this mine?
Or with what it did to the village. Maybe. He was just 19.
How long had he been working in the mine? That's too young for a dirty job like digging into rock.
We're in the real world, Lissie. Most teeners don't have the luxury to idle away their days with games and witty repartee.
Ouch. take it out of here!
Not without Betty. Besides, there's a hole in this boat. It'll sink before it gets 10 yards from shore. It's curious. The state of the boats. It's like they stopped taking care of them.
Seems short-sighted. How would they fish? Or get anywhere at all?
There's no damage to the rope.
I don't know what that means.
Nobody cut it. I guess the knot could have unraveled on its own.
Didn't you say you used a sailor's knot?
I'm a scholar, not a fisherman.
So, who took our boat? A ghost?
Probably.
If not a ghost, then a goat? The goat's row?
Current?
It was probably the current that took our boat.
Yeah, I don't
Say
think
so.
so.
But then who were you chasing after last night? Well, you thought it was Betty,
No.
but...
No, I don't know. It was probably all in my head. You'd have thought someone would have seen us by now.
Even if they were all hiding indoors. Maybe there was a spell or curse that made them all invisible.
Honestly, listen.
Or maybe we are the invisible ones. But then we would see them, wouldn't we? No, I think my original thesis is more likely.
The villagers turning invisible is the more likely thesis.
Do try to keep an open mind, Edward, darling.
Yeah, draw. Okay. Nothing in here. Well, let's go to the shop. And then I guess the mine is what's left.
How about we don't go back to Hanover and stay here instead?
And how would I survive?
Hunt? Harvest? Forage? People have survived here for centuries. Why can't we?
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I could learn. I'd start with goats. Goats can be eaten and milked. Probably not in that order.
They had a memorial service for the accident in the mine. On July 24th, in the village church.
For something that happened 20 years ago?
It still affected their lives. Fretland and Son.
How do you figure?
It's on the sign above the entrance. And on this photograph. Frederick and Simon Fretland. Simon Fretland. Frederick's son.
And Johann's nephew. See, I'm getting the hang of this. Simon. Simon. That was the name in the burnt book. So Simon is Ruth's older cousin.
The older gentleman is clearly Mr. Fretland's twin brother.
Twins are confusing. If this was a dime novel, they'd be switching places at some point to confuse the coppers. Damn you, twins! Frederick Fretland and Son.
Johann's brother and nephew.
The Fretlands have their fingers in all the pies, including
Yeah, let's
the
go
only
in.
store in town.
Also the post office and telegraph. Applesauce.
Why lock any doors? I can't imagine they have a problem with
Huh?
punks and hoodlums.
The sign says they're closed, but I thought maybe... Hello? Are you open? Is anyone there?
Can't you just bust down the door? Locks be damned.
Breaking and entering, I will not. I'll just dislocate my shoulder. Is that? Lissie, come here. It's Betty's hat. She was here. She could still be in there. Betty? Betty!
Are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat? I'm
I
not
know
sure
my sister's hat, Lissie. I have to get inside.
What about the breaking and entering part?
I could care less what they call it.
Okay. Can we open that? Oh wait. Nope. Should I do something? Yep.
Here's an open window.
You seem eager to break the law. I approve.
It won't budge.
Nah, don't be a milquetoast.
Well, it's stuck.
Attaboy, Teddy. You can do this.
I can't believe I'm actually breaking... Whoops, Daisy.
Oh my, Teddy. You're such a sap.
Oh, did our sister go into the mine or something?
Tanty, world traveler, cat burglar.
A cat burglar would, by definition, enter a building on a higher
Jeez.
floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty.
Edward,
I hope you weren't here when...
is this blood?
Not necessarily human blood.
Well, that's all right then. What does it say? Barn murder? Someone murdered a barn?
Barn
Barn means
murder.
child. And mortar, that's...
Child murder. Edward, they murdered a child?
Someone thought so.
Probably the same someone who vandalized the store.
I'm not sure how I feel about being in here.
Don't be ridiculous. We're all alone. What else do you suggest we do?
Damnation. The hat's in here.
Calm down, old boy. Anyway, how's a hat going to help us?
Who knows what else is in here? There could be more clues.
All right. Okay. Everything's Jake. We made it into the store. I'm sure we'll find a way through that door.
These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June, and they received my letter from July.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik.
Out of order.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore.
S-O-S. Oh boy. If only this thing worked. We could order a boat to come get us. Or, even better, order some hot grub.
Okay. Oh, that's the lock or something? The keys?
What are you doing?
Looking for keys.
Your life of crime continues.
The keys are all gone.
Some thieving thieves beat you to it. Rascals.
There's a note.
Is it written in Viking runes? What does it say?
Oh, come on, that girl.
It's from Simon. Casa. I don't know what that word means. Yai put it means I put. Knuckle is key.
He put the
So
key
he put the key in the casa.
I wish I had my dictionary. The
Come
note's
on.
addressed to his father.
So the key was moved. But where to?
The
Somewhere
case?
safer. more convenient.
I
Can
doubt
you
it.
really trust your translations? You only started studying a month ago.
I spent the summer reading, and I had a lot of free time on the ocean voyage.
Come on, how much could you possibly pick up in a few months?
You know my mind, it's a sponge. Castle.
Ah,
So that's what it means. Cash register. You're a genuine gangster now, old fruit. Don't worry. If you get busted, I'll come visit you in the big house. Wasn't there supposed to be a key?
Here it is.
There's blood on it. Okay.
It is her hat.
Teddy, I'm not
Betty
sure
was
that's...
here, and not long ago.
Okay, but if that is her hat, what's it doing in a locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward. So, what now? If this is a breadcrumb, where's the next one?
There must be a reason her hat's in this room.
What's that?
A handwritten note.
I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be... Johann, you... Nectar. Refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead. It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother. Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth. He was fond of his cousin.
Ruth. Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johann, which means the little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse. Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth. His own cousin.
Ruth was... what's that word? Playing.
Yeah, but I don't
Ruth was
understand what
always playing
our
on the rocks
sister has to
below
do
the
with any of
church.
this.
She must have fallen by accident.
On the
It ends
rocks.
there. Frederick never finished it. And Johann never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johann
The
thought...
mob showed up for Simon. His father would have tried to protect him.
September 17th. You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church. Isn't the church right above us? Edward, come look at this. That's the cliff. Right there. The one in the note?
What?
I bet you 1,000,000 clams.
Where?
See for yourself.
Where?
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissie, wait.
This way. I found it, Teddy. The cliff. I'm standing right below it.
What are you doing? This doesn't concern
A
us.
little girl died. We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart? Get
Yeah,
yourself
she
out
has a
here,
point.
Harden, right this minute.
How did you get up there?
Come on, it's an easy climb.
This looks very dangerous.
Oh, you're a big boy. Start acting like it. It's not Mount Everest.
I don't know about this. Whoops-a-daisy. What is this?
Where little Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl got
Edward.
herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart. You know, you've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this.
Okay, well, you've convinced me.
Please look at me when I'm talking to you.
Yay.
Alright. Please look at me when I'm talking to you.
Uh,
You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl. Together.
okay.
Where are you going?
Damage.
Something struck this bush. She must have landed on it when... on her way down.
That's ghastly, Edward.
It's a long fall. Far enough to crush the girl's skull.
Edward Charles Harden.
What?
Oh, you're hopeless. Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful. I think there's something behind it. Can you move the rock aside?
The shirt? Or doll? Yeah.
It must be Ruth's.
Where's the head?
Or maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
Hold on. This pin. This is old. Very old. Looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old. It does not belong on a child's doll.
Who cares? Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin? Let's go further up. Maybe we'll find more clues. Come on, old sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my breath? Huh. Did you follow the same path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness? Lissie, are you here?
What is it? You can see clear beyond the edge of the world. You're right. It is awfully chilly.
One
Oh,
second.
Teddy bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean? Can you see where she fell?
If she fell headfirst on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not. I don't have time for this nonsense. We're running out of daylight, and Betty's still...
Oh, she's fast.
You're still out there. Lissie, slow down. I can't keep up with you. Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something. Lissie? Are you there?
Teddy,
Oh.
Look away, Lissie.
is this what happened to the villagers? They killed themselves?
It's one body.
And where are
Let's
the
not jump to
others then?
conclusions.
What about those fresh graves at the church? There were at least half a dozen of them. Did everyone just die?
They're not necessarily connected.
Oh, come on. This is just ghastly. What made him do this? How long has he been?
From the state of the body, perhaps a couple of weeks. It depends on temperature and humidity, of course.
What does that say?
God forgive me.
Don't suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother drowned
Don't.
herself? Sorry. Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her. So she ran, and
This happened later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess. Maybe it's the killer. The guilt ate him up, and he offed himself.
That's just speculation with no basis in fact.
Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
It's not Johann or Frederick, and he's too old to be Simon. There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does it look like he's resting in peace? You're just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
What do you want me to do?
Betty, it's tragic, but really none of my concern.
Betty, always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else.
Oh.
What if that was me up there? Would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Look at me when I'm talking to you.
Oh my god. Want to zoom in also?
All right. It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. Edward, the hanged man, he's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty.
Okay.
I'm going to be sick. I can't do this.
Yes, you can. Teddy. Edward. I know you can. You've been through much worse.
What's much worse than that? Anyone really kill themselves in the village or something?
Where are the Fretlands, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight,
They're not coming back.
perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened?
She was probably murdered.
And you think Simon did it?
Your guess is as good as mine. It could have been an accident.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
You're not
Alright.
coming, I'm telling
Just
you.
don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck. I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
I really thought I'd find Betty today.
Well, I told you not to get your hopes up, Edward. I mean, we just got here. It's a big place. She could be anywhere.
It's just the thought of her alone out there.
I think the answer is in the mine or something
She's a
like
tough
that,
cookie. You're Betty. Tougher than you, teddy bear.
but I failed to see the connection
That
yet.
she is.
Unless she's a reporter or something. Go up. Morning I had lemon juice in hot water with no sugar instead of tea. I also had half an apple and dry toast. I've been gaining weight lately. I read about this diet in the paper. It's apparently very popular in London, but I'm dreadfully hungry, crave fried eggs and sausages. We received an odd letter yesterday addressed to Johann. It's from an American gentleman, Mr. Edward Harden of Hanover. The letter was well written and very polite. Mr. Harden received our information from the Allison police when he requested a contact in Gravik. I do wonder why they gave him Johann's name and not Frederick's. Perhaps because our dear Margaret is no longer with us and I'm better prepared to respond in English than Frederick. Mr. Harden inquired about his sister Elizabeth Harden, who's traveling on her own. Apparently she's a journalist. Imagine that, crossing the Atlantic Ocean to write about Norway. It sounds wonderful. The letter said Elizabeth telegraphed her brother from Alesund to inform him that she planned to visit Gravik. Has not arrived yet. If she had, I would have tired her out with questions about America, being a journalist and traveling the world on her own. Sounds so interesting. I hope she does come, even though she will surely be bored out of her mind. I'll write Mr. Harding today. Johann is not comfortable writing letters, especially in English. He agrees that we should invite Mr. Harding to stay here if he decides to come. After all, there are no guest houses in Gravik, and our spare room is rarely used. Also, I have to admit, having a visitor from America sounds terribly exciting. I'm gonna have the boiled egg. Okay, we don't care about that. Steak, sorry. Have to read. The sister could be. Freddy was yelling at poor Astrid, claiming that goats have been grazing on his land. I think Ruth is hiding something from me. She's been awfully secretive. She goes off on her own even more than usual, and her clothes are filthy. I don't mind her playing and exploring, of course. I always did regret Margaret and I not being allowed to run free when we were little. Ruth says she's just looking for flowers and pretty rocks. I shouldn't worry so much. Simon stopped by today with a gift for Ruth, a whole bar of chocolate. He's a sweet boy, but Frederick would be furious if he knew. I asked Ruth if she plays up by Frederick's farm or near the old mine. She promised she doesn't. I've never had reason not to trust her, but I still feel she's hiding something from me. Got a lot of imagination. We received another letter from Mr. Harden. He'll be here in October as planned. I look forward to having someone else to speak with, if only for a few days. Know that Johann is in good company, but we have little to converse about outside of our daily routines. There's been no sign of Mr. Harden's sister yet. If she left Alesund weeks ago, where could she be? She may well have decided to stop along the way. We've heard nothing, but we so rarely speak with anyone outside Gravik these days. I do hope she's alright. Would hate for Mr. Harden to come all this way to no avail. Ruth is still being secretive. I know she's hiding something. One of these days I will follow her. The vicar hasn't been back since the memorial service in July. Someone damaged our boat during the night. It's the boat we saw, I guess. That's the third one this month. Johann suspects Frederick, of course. I fear something is bubbling to the surface again after all these years. He has left us. Our dearest Ruth is gone. I cannot believe it was Simon's doing. His tune is now gone, and with him all hope Gravik had left in it. gonna play. Okay, that's enough. I know, man. Oh, we got the achievement at least. Ruth's bedroom. What have you been hiding? Nothing in here? I think it has bugged the read option. That's a great view. Yeah, that's great. And it has nothing to do with my view where I see someone's underwear like 30 feet ahead. That's better. Okay, nothing here, I guess. So, do we go to the couch? Or was it something in Ruth's bedroom that we didn't see? Would it be possible? Teddy bear. I don't think we missed anything here. Okay, let's go downstairs. Okay. Can I? Does it have some kind of a bug or have I missed something?
I feel restless.
You should sleep.
I'm not sure I can. But yes, I'll try. In a bit.
Okay. So did we miss something?
I almost forgot putting this aside when I lit the fire. Wasn't there an inscription inside?
Simon. Simon gave that book to Ruth. But who burned it?
Johann? Or Anna? If they believed Simon killed her.
Yeah, I don't think that
But they were
Simon killed her
friendly,
anyway.
right? Simon and Ruth. Before...
I imagine so.
I still don't understand why the brothers had a falling out.
Whatever drove a wedge between them, it was big.
Not yet, I guess.
feel restless.
You should sleep.
I'm not sure I can. But yes, I'll try. In a bit.
We missed something in upstairs, maybe? In the diary, I think we read everything here. Okay. Maybe now that the bug has disappeared, we can go to sleep. I miss anything here? No. It's locked here. Oh, it wasn't, but there's nothing here also. We can't sleep in this bed. Locked. Don't tell me it's a bug or something. Oh. Ah. I see it before.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
He's back.
I don't think it's healthy
Not now,
to...
please. I'm exhausted.
Easiest puzzle ever. We messed it up.
Quite the day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Don't stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlands arriving.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no...
Hush now. Sleep.
Home Alone. Day 3. So the Fretlands aren't coming home. No one's here, everybody's dead. I'm looking for my maybe dead sister. I don't know where she is. And we're still in the dark. So I guess this day we'll go to the mine. Maybe. So I guess that's it for day 2. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.